The new streetcar poses problems for UA bikers.
See how social media is affecting the political race.
And meet a local Tucsonan who will do anything to keep from being homeless. All this and more tonight.
This is Wildcast.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Wildcast. I'm Max Efren.
And I'm Sarah Canty. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're following breaking news in the UATV studio. A Border Patrol agent was fatally shot near the U.S.-Mexico border. Nicholas Ivy and another agent were on patrol when a shootout occurred around 2 a.m. in the desert near Naco. Ivy's colleague was airlifted to UAMC with gunshot wounds. The Cochise County Sheriff's Office and the FBI are investigating. So far, no one has been arrested, but law enforcement think more than one person was behind the shooting. This was the first fatal shooting of a BP agent since a shootout in December of 2010, which killed Brian Terry. Ivy was 30 years old and working for the agency since January of 2008.
With the local streetcar development now in its fourth month of construction, safety concerns have risen and steps have been taken to negate those hazards. Wildcast reporter Kimberly Colliner tells us what sort of issues have reached the ears of transportation authorities and what they have decided to do about it. Kim?
The construction of the 4-mile modern streetcar line set to extend from the University of Arizona to the 4th Ave Commercial District and downtown Tucson has been in progress since late May, making it inconvenient for vehicles and pedestrians to reach their destinations.
It's just really hard because you're trying to get where you're going and everyone's like rushing and so like when I have to go from the ILC to Harville in 10 minutes, it's really, really bad.
The recently added streetcar tracks now pose a threat to cycling safety and this once bike-friendly environment.
You just have to watch out when you're riding around those tracks. If you try and cross over them, if you get your wheel stuck in that groove, you're going to fall. So when you turn over them, you have to like almost go perpendicular to the actual tracks, and then you won't fall. I figured it out the hard way.
The ongoing construction has not only caused a trafficking disturbance around the community, the newly installed streetcar tracks are now a hazardous zone for bikers. Witnesses have reported multiple accounts of bike tires getting wedged into the tracks and causing several accidents. As a result, the University of Arizona, in conjunction with the Sunlink, have set up construction safety signs as a cautionary warning for bikers when riding along the tracks. Tucson city contractors and the university's parking and transportation services are making it a priority to notify and educate bikers of some necessary precautions when traveling through roads that are aligned with streetcar tracks.
We know that bicycles and streetcar tracks can be a dangerous situation, so we wanted to make sure that bicyclists knew how to interact with the streetcar tracks. So this brochure is designed for bicyclists to look at, so when they do approach the tracks, they know things like to cross them at a 90-degree angle, don't ride parallel to them, and it's got some other information about watching out for door zones.
While streetcar construction is scheduled to continue late into 2013, we hope our UA cyclists take caution to avoid hazardous accidents. Reporting for Wildcast, I'm Kimberly Colliner.
So how about those new bike signs?
They are kind of ridiculous, but it's a tough message to convey, so I kind of understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a tad bit dramatic, but in other news, it's crunch time for the general election. Politicians are using every campaign strategy possible. They're even making a huge presence on social media sites. I took a look at how Facebook and Twitter are changing the game this campaign year.
It is a wireless world, and the Facebook sensation is no longer just reserved for the younger generation.
My mom has one, my grandma has one.
Politicians are no exception to the growing trend.
Hey Vera.
Take Tucson City Council member Regina Romero.
I am a very social person, so I mix a little bit of personal family stuff with messages from the Ward 1 Council office.
This election year, candidates are taking their campaigns to the Facebook and Twitterverse. University of Arizona College Republican Alan Jaskey says this helps reach out to people.
It really holds out a hand to people who never thought about voting before.
Social networking creates a whole new level of interaction with voters.
Politicians are having a hard time coming up with a cohesive strategy. Like, how am I going to utilize this technology in the best way possible?
Bethany Conway is a doctoral student researching social media and politics. She says a loss of message control is hard for some politicians to get used to.
Candidates are kind of left pondering the depth of their audience. Like, I honestly don't know how many thousands of people are going to read this tweet that I'm about to post.
Social media might be the latest craze, but what's more effective? Facebook and Twitter, or reaching out to people directly through phone banking and knocking on doors?
Some strategists say there's a stigma attached to phone banking.
Oh, they call it dinner time, so they're being a nuisance and they're bugging you for their support.
But for other campaigners,
Hi, may I please speak with Donna Mitchell?
That face-to-face interaction is the most precious interaction you can have when you're campaigning.
so for now, it might not be out with the old and in with the new.
There has been a lot of research that when you go out and knock on people's door, that is going to be very, very effective, and that's something that we should never get rid of.
So it really does seem like politicians are trying to reach a whole new audience with social media.
Well, they have to. I mean, it's absolutely necessary to exploit social media these days with the amount of voters that represents.
Yeah, but we want to know what you guys think. Will social media dominate the future of political campaigns? Tweet us at UATV3.
I'm Derek Williams, the former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
I'll be right there.
Thanks, cameraman. You're my hero.
We're back to bring you our weekly CatCast. UATV's weather expert, Thomas Null, is in the UATV Pinpoint Weather Center to bring you a live report. Thomas?
Thanks, Max, and thanks for tuning in to the Pinpoint Weather Center. I'm Thomas Null. If you haven't enjoyed those hot temperatures, well, you're going to have to suffer just a little bit longer. Through October, the high-pressure system that's still dominating Arizona is going to stay in Arizona until the end of the month. We really don't see any relief in the way of the low-pressure system. Last week I told you about Miriam, which was a Category 2 hurricane. That actually didn't come as close as we thought it was going to on Friday and Saturday. All that did was bring our humidity up, and it lowered our rain chances as the heat dominated Arizona with the high-pressure system. So without further ado, let's take a look at your current temperatures. In Tucson, it's 97, Marana 101, Sells 98, and Oregon Pike is 101. And tonight's lows, Ajo's going to be 64, Sells is going to be 62, Tucson's going to be at 64 degrees. And let's take a look at your day planner. Tonight at 10 o'clock, you'll experience 75 degrees with partly cloudy skies with low humidity. And tomorrow, you'll be waking up at 64 degrees with clear skies at 7 a.m. on your morning commute to class. And let's take a look at your CatCast extended forecast. Tomorrow and Wednesday, it's going to be very hot, 100 degrees. Triple digits are still going to remain for a long time. Not much relief in the way of lower temperatures. And that'll do it for your Pinpoint forecast. I'm Thomas Null. Back to you, Max.
Thanks, Thomas. The Tucson Community Food Bank. It's a place helping the needy in our community during these tough economic times. Reporter Alicia Mendel rummaged to take a closer look. Alicia?
The Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona has been helping the Tucson community since 1976. It has served thousands of people food throughout the years and has aided impoverished people in Tucson.
We also provide a lot of additional resources like helping with applying for SNAP, which is food stamps. We also help or teach people how to grow food in the community, and just overall are a general resource.
The food bank provides a garden and chicken coop, which teaches people about local produce. They also have programs that teach people about budgeting their money for food, including events like the SNAP Challenge.
Well, we did our first annual SNAP Challenge this year, and that's where we asked people in the community to live on $4 a day, which is about the average benefit that each person in a household that receives SNAP receives. And it's really to experience what so many people struggle with every day in trying to feed themselves and their families.
I mean, it's a struggle because they need to learn how people are struggling to survive. And if they didn't have the help from the food bank, I think it would be much harder for them.
Many impoverished people of Tucson can come to the food bank and provide food for their entire family. It helps out the Arizona community and gives the people that work there a good sense of humility.
The Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona has helped a lot of families in need. It is nice to see that the community of Tucson has helped impoverished families and has provided them with nutritious food.
Several U of A students need volunteer work for their majors, and the food bank can be a very rewarding place to work at. Not only do you help out yourself by providing your services, but you also help out other people who are in need.
The biggest opportunity is to either do food drives on the campus, volunteer at some of our events, or come down here and volunteer and help sort cans or pack food boxes with us.
The food bank gives Tucson a sense of community by providing a service where people can help each other out in very rewarding ways. Reporting from the Community Food Bank for Wildcast, I'm Alicia Mendel.
Imagine being homeless and struggling to even feed yourself. Reporter Ted Skroback takes a look at how one man in Tucson earns his daily bread. Ted?
People may tune out someone they see on a median trying to sell newspapers just to make ends meet. But to someone like Charles here behind me at the median of Alvernon and Irvington, it's a risk he has to take to keep a roof over his head during these blazing summer monsoon months.
Having a good afternoon?
You may have seen him smiling and waving to passerbys. Charles Ritchie lives by selling newspapers. Although he has a place to live now, he knows all too well the lifestyle of being homeless, and it's not something he enjoys.
I don't like to be homeless. Nowadays, I mean, it's not a nice feeling. It's not.
Charles's income on average is $20 to $30 a day, but on a good day it could be between $40 to $50.
So you got your bed and your bathroom and your shower, and that's $25 a day. So a week is $125 a week.
Living expenses add up. He pays the weekly rate of $125. Multiply that by 4, that's $500 a month. $500 a month could get you an apartment, but to get an apartment, you need pay stubs. People in the area know jobs are hard to come by.
People are not going to hire people like that just based on what they look like and what they perceive might be their background.
Man, you know how jobs are, it's very hard, still trying to find it, it's very hard. Come on, get a job. Hey, I'm doing this because I don't have no choice. And I got to do what I got to do. But I ain't have to rob and steal.
For now, his workplace is this 4-foot wide median, and it can have its dangers.
And I almost got hit.
Traffic is one thing, Tucson summers are another.
I didn't know that I had passed out.
How did you find out that you passed out?
When the paramedics came.
Paramedics that were alerted by a community that cares for Charles.
All right, cool. All right, bro. All right, have a good day, Ron.
The same community of people that may look at him as pressed for luck, he looks at life a different way.
There always a brighter side of things. Now, right now, we on the dark side. But one day, you will reach that bright side. Just don't give up.
Reporting from the south side, Ted Skroback for Wildcast.
Now, this may seem odd, but I can actually consider myself being homeless. You know, if that happened to me, I would probably be one of those guys in the library, reading, surfing the web. I mean, I would probably have a shopping cart for dumpster diving, you know, collect my spoils, you know, stuff like that.
You know, I can't actually ever say that I've thought about being homeless,
never.
Don't forget, you can find out more online. We'll give you the latest news updates. So make sure to follow us at Facebook/UATV3.
With an undefeated 5-0 outcome for the Fall Classic Tournament.
The Occupy movement is taking hold because of its strength in numbers.
Tonight is the absolute last night to ride the trolley, as it is closing for 2 years.
I'm sitting on what used to be known as Bear Down Field, which will soon be U of A's new practice field.
I'm Evan Murray, reporting from McHale Center with Wildcast.
Welcome back. You probably walk through it every day, but do you really know what the Union has to offer? Reporter Jamie Lynn took a deeper look inside the Union. Jamie?
Here in Tucson, many of the U of A students unknowingly take the student union for granted every day. The union is known for its wide variety of food options, ranging anywhere from Panda Express to Pinkberry. But what else lies beneath the student union walls?
The variety of everything. I think there's lots of good choices, and I think it's kind of fun how a lot of colleges just have dining halls but here there's restaurants. I think that's nice.
The other hidden factor of the union is the amount of entertainment that it has to offer. The Gallagher Theater, located on the second floor of the union, plays different films throughout the year for a student-friendly price.
I saw that Magic Mike is playing at the theater, so I'll probably go see that. Okay.
The game room, located across from the cellar on the first floor, is another source of entertainment. The game room is filled with an array of different gaming tables, like foosball and pool. Just outside of the game room, you can find your video games, including the infamous Dance Dance Revolution.
I like pool very much.
By logging on to the Student Union website, you can find a full list of activities and ideas of what's going on.
Reporting from the Student Union, I'm Jamie Lynn from UATV Wildcast.
We've all heard of it, and maybe have even tried it once or twice. But what are the inner workings of Safe Ride? Wildcast reporter Laura Rogers takes us on a ride. Laura?
Students get across campus all sorts of ways, by bike, scooter, and by walking. But what happens when it's late and you don't want to walk clear across campus? Well, that's where Safe Ride comes in. We sat down with Adam Cleaver, the administrative director for Safe Ride, and asked him, what is Safe Ride?
Safe Ride is a student-run organization. We have about 41 employees. And basically what we do is promote safety on campus by providing rides for students, faculty, and administrators.
Only 3 people can be picked up per call. And Safe Ride can take you up to 2 miles off of campus.
Safe Ride operates Sunday through Thursday, 6:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. and then on Friday we're open from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Traffic clear, Arbol, Ian, let me have you as a union.
Safe Ride drivers have 3-hour shifts, and all drivers are students.
My name is Aaron. I'm a driver, and I'm also the assistant operations director of Safe Ride, so I maintain the cars.
Phone systems have been down for the last 3 weeks. We're working pretty diligently to fix them.
So next time you feel unsafe, call Safe Ride at 520-621-SAFE. Reporting at Highland for Wildcast, this has been Laura Rogers.
Shiny new copper helmets could not help our Wildcats this weekend as we struggled against the Beavers. Sports anchor Lauren Weinberg has the play-by-play against Oregon State. Lauren?
After a devastating loss to Oregon last week, Arizona is looking for their 4th win of the season tonight against Oregon State. Having already beat a number 18 Oklahoma State at home, let's see if the Cats' new helmets can bring the team back into the wins column.
Arizona needed a little more than a change in headgear to hold off the Beavers. Oregon State's Sean Mannion connects with Marcus Wheaton for a touchdown at the end of the first quarter, making the score 7-0. With what proved to be a vital scoring opportunity, John Bonanno misses a 41-yard field goal in the second quarter. However, the Cats' offensive and defensive game improved dramatically at the start of the second half. On their first possession of the third quarter, Matt Scott finds wide receiver Austin Hill for an Arizona touchdown, making the score 17-14 Beavers. Senior wide receiver Dan Buckner's touchdown gave the Cats their first lead of the game, 28-24. But in the end, it was Oregon State who kept the lead, defeating the Wildcats 38-35. Even with their second loss in a row, Buckner plans to come out fighting in their next game.
Our team fought hard, but you got to play a complete game, especially versus a team like that. They play sound defense, they had a good offense, so we got to put a whole game together to get the win. So it's the 24-hour rule. You know, it hurts, but we fought. There's positives in the game as well as negatives. It's never as bad as it seems, it's never as good. We got work to do. It's a long season. We're not even halfway done. And we're not trying to put together a losing streak. We're trying to go on another winning streak.
Arizona hits the road this Saturday to take on another 18th ranked team at Stanford. Reporting for Wildcast, I'm Lauren Weinberg.
I thought we had them.
I know, so frustrating. I mean, better luck next time. But from all of us here at UATV, thanks for joining us. You can watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu.
We'll see you back here next week for another edition of Wildcast.